So you want to be a famous author? 7 things they don't want you to know about writing a book that changes the world. Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian from Mindful Marketplace, and this is part of our new Enlightened Entrepreneur course community. This is a new community for those of you who are looking to write books and to create courses and to build brands that empower, inspire, and make a meaningful impact in mental health, community wellness, spiritual growth, and everything that has to do with changing the world using your unique gifts. So one of the things that a lot of people are really interested in who are in this space is writing a book. And, I think there's really nothing more exciting and empowering and inspiring than actually having published a book, whether that's self-published or whether you have some fancy pants publisher. It really matters not. You can do amazing things if you have the right strategy for writing a book that actually builds your brand, builds your business, and, frankly, builds your bank account to boot. So, there's nothing wrong with that. All of us are here to do good work in the world, and to do that, you really need to have a profitable income stream or business, and something that emanates from your passion, your sense of purpose, and your desire to contribute, to my mind anyway, is a really noble and worthwhile exercise. So what I'm going to introduce today, topic-wise, and then we're going to do a whole series of lessons on this, is what we call a bridge book, BRIDGE. And essentially, this is going to change the way you write, the way you create content, and the way you think about self-publishing in 2021 and beyond. So let's dive right in and get some quick definitions out of the way. So a bridge book introduces an idea that inspires or invites an experience. And the best big bridge books both invite and inspire an experience. Easier said than read, apparently. So the idea here is that you may reach or teach with words, but you truly only change and transform through experience. And this is what you offer your readers, your products, your programs, your coaching, your community, your immersive events, your expertise in a more intimate and accessible way. It's not the book itself that actually changes the world. It's the way in which you interact with your audience when they are finished your book that truly offers this transformational experience. A bridge book is designed to inspire or invite an experience. And again, the experience is what you, as the author/entrepreneur, and that's a distinction with a difference, what you invite your reader to do at the end of the book that offers your audience a rock star transformation or a superhero result. And they get this experience not by having read the book. Again, it's important to repeat, the book only builds the bridge from your words to your real work in the world. They actually get the rock star result, that superhero transformation, by dint of immersing themselves in the experiential part of your practice. And again, this could be a local event, a coaching call, a class, a course, a product, a program, a private community, some kind of movement. It really matters not. Anything that actually helps them make real progress in a bucket list sort of way, where they can sort of look at their lives through the prism or perspective of before you entered their life, before your solution or your intervention or your idea entered their life, and after. All right, so that's how at least we define this sort of, transformational experience. Now, there's a lot more to say about this, and we're going to cover this in further lessons, but I want you to think about it through this particular lens. So, a bridge book can't actually teach the thing that you know best, or the transformation in the book. If you can, you're not doing it right? And I'm going to give you some examples. So hopefully this will capture the essence of this idea. So, and I'm not passing moral judgment on this, but something like ayahuasca, right? There's a lot of people in our mindfulness-based community, for an example, that are very interested in plant medicines for healing and therapy and, mental health and all that sort of thing. You can read a book about ayahuasca and get very, very interested in that experience, right? You can get very interested in this, what we call a transformation trigger, this aha moment or a unique insight, epiphany, some inspiring approach to a problem that the topic of the book can cover. So in this case, let's say ayahuasca may be like 30 years worth of mental psychotherapy in an evening, right? If you go to the Costa Rican jungle and, participate in a ceremony, let's say. And no matter how many times you read that book, you can't have the experience from the book, right? To actually have the life-changing effect of that ayahuasca experience, you can read 150 books and you can read 1,000 other people's stories, but you're never truly going to be transformed until you have the experience. So the book about ayahuasca done as a bridge book would be an idea, right? This mental health intervention that invites or inspires an experience. And you want to both invite and inspire the experience yourself. You don't want to inspire an experience that somebody else offers instead of you, right? Because then all you've really done is earn a couple dollars from your book, or kind of put an idea out there that leads other people to be transformed by other people, right? If you are using this approach in your own practice to truly build your brand, build your business, and change your life and the lives of your clients, you want to be the person who both inspires the experience and actually invites the experience at the end. And I'll give you another quick example that's a little bit less illegal, right? Because ayahuasca is certainly an illegal thing. It's not something that I've done, and I'm not recommending. I'm just saying that it's something that comes up quite a bit in our community. All right, so transcendental meditation is something else that is a perfect example for fitting into this bridge book box, right? There are many books out there on TM, Transcendental Meditation. And again, not passing judgment whether this is good or bad, but you cannot actually learn the TM technique from a book. It is prohibited, right? The organization doesn't allow anyone to write a book that teaches their proprietary technique. Instead, the book can inspire you or me to get excited about having the experience. And of course, done properly, the TM book invites, people like me or you to be inspired, and then invites us to have the experience at a TM accredited class or school or teacher or whatever. So this is another really good analog or example of a bridge book. You cannot learn the thing from the book. You can be inspired to want to seek it out, but the person writing the book, in this case it's an organization, generally the TM organization, is inviting you to cross the bridge into their universe, into their orbit, and actually have the experience of learning their technique through one of their certified or accredited teachers. All right, so people often ask what would not be considered a bridge book. And in my view, it's anything that doesn't inspire or invite an experience at the end, right? So a how-to book where you're walking somebody through the steps of how to fix a tire, how to make a cake, like, a recipe book, for an example, where you're actually giving out the ingredients in a sequential, stepwise fashion, that would not be a bridge book, right? Because it's not inspiring an experience at the end. What I call an ego book, or a diva diary, or a bio book, or a me memoir, right? Those are very common mistakes that people make in the spiritual growth, nonfiction, kind of, personal development niches. They want to talk about themselves to the point where, we don't really care about them. If you're writing a book that's me, or, that's just all about the artifice of your own ego, or the elevation of your own ego, there's nothing that inspires me to have an experience when it's done other than some cult of personality that I want to get to know you better, right? And so anything that falls into that bucket is not a bridge book. All right, so audience outcomes, rockstar results. This is your goal. Your goal is to translate your author or entrepreneurial experiences or expertises into audience outcomes and rockstar results. You want to be able to inspire me to participate in a process that transforms my life by dint of immersing myself in your experience, by building a bridge between your words and your actual work in the world. Okay, so all of this, again, is of a piece of this bridge book writing process. And we're going to cover a lot more about this concept. There's a couple other really key concepts that we teach that are quite different than what you'll hear or read or see elsewhere, that will, I promise you, transform the way you write books, that you create content, that you create courses, and do it with exceptional speed. All right, so this is all, really simple, straightforward. There's no gimmicks, there's no gurus, there's no gadgets, there's no silliness. It's all about genuinely helping people in areas that you have legitimate experience, expertise, and an ability to communicate that in a way that inspires other people to want to participate with your practice when they're finished reading your books, or, by the way, taking your courses, or reading your content, or anything else for that matter. So if you are interested in joining us and learning more about this process and this practice, I encourage you to sign up for this private audio course community. It's available on our Mindful Marketplace cohort. And if you have any questions, as always, feel free to send me an email, hi@mindfulmarketplace.com. You can also connect with me on Twitter, at Ian Hollander, twitter.com, Ian Hollander. And, as always, if there's anything, if you're seeing this on YouTube or on a podcast stream that's public, feel free to leave a comment in any of the appropriate comment areas. And if I see it, which I generally do, I am certainly happy to offer some help if I'm able. Okay, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you for episode number 2 tomorrow. Thanks.